Good evening, our dear students. Before us is a patient who is due for tracheostomy, care and change. By the names, I'm Safinah from MulagoSchoolofNursing&Midwifery, together with my assistant by the names of... You're most welcome. So before us is a patient, as I've told you, due for tracheostomy care. However, before we start on the procedure, we have to present our trolley. Tracheostomy care is a sterile procedure, so we need a sterile trolley. And on the top shelf, we shall need 3 different gallipots, one for cotton swab, other one for the gauze swab, and then the other one for the antiseptic solution. We shall need 2 different receivers, one for the used swabs and glass, then the other one for the used trachea tube. We shall need a sterile tray containing new changing tracheostomy tubes. Then we shall need a pair of dressing forceps on our trolley. We shall need a sterile hand towel for cleaning, for drying our hands after cleaning. Then we shall need a pair of scissors. On our bottom shelf, we shall need a Tutor forceps in its container. We shall need hydrogen peroxide, where we shall immerse our used tracheostomy tube. We shall need a tray containing equipment for oral care. Then we shall need a Macintosh and a towel to protect the patient's linen, a pair of clean gloves for the assistant, and lastly, we shall need 5 ml syringes. At the bedside, we shall need an oxygen cylinder, which is well connected. We shall need a suction machine, which is well connected. We shall need a screen for creating privacy. We shall need aprons for protection. And then lastly, hand washing equipment. So Mr. Mulago, let's first wash our hands before we start on the procedure. Before hand hygiene, we make sure our patient is well. We make sure our patient is screened very well for privacy. So I'm going to screen around the patient, and then we wash our hands. Assistant, come wash our hands. Assistant, you can put on your apron. Mr. Mulago, don't worry, we are going to expose you a little. So you have to expose Mr. Mulago. Assistant, you can protect the patient's clothing.
Don't take long. Don't take long, please.
Here you go, my assistant. Then I make sure everything is prepared. This is hydrogen peroxide, where we shall immerse the used tracheostomy tube, which is already in situ. We have to open our syringes, ready for use. So in case there is need to do oral care, that's where our tray will be of use. As of now, our patient doesn't need to be done oral care. So I have to rewash my hands. And this time around, I'm using a sterile towel. So after that, I have to put on my surgical gloves. So before we do anything, I request my assistant to help me loosen, not help me suction the patient. We have to do suctioning before changing the tracheostomy tube and then after changing the tube. So as she's suctioning the tube, she pitches the tube, enters the tracheostomy tube. When not on, suctions the patient for less than 5 seconds, then leaves the tube when she's still suctioning. That is to prevent the patient from being irritated, it being an irritating procedure. So before you go further, you have to make sure the surrounding of the trachea is cleaned. Assistant, help me pull it a little below. So my gloves are already contaminated. I have to get a new pair of gloves. Yeah, put me here. I can pick. Okay. So assistant, you're going to help me loosen the strings so that we can introduce in a new tracheostomy tube. So after loosening, I make sure I have to reinsert a tube immediately. Assistant, come and help me tie the strings. First we suction this tube. Thank you. So you can tighten the strings so that they remain firm to the patient. We make sure as we are tightening the strings, we pass a finger so that it doesn't be too tight or too loose on the patient. Mr. Mulago, hope it is not too tight. You tie using a knot. So after that, we have to get a piece of gauze swab. And then lastly, we still get a piece of gauze swab. We cut a small layer. This will be to moisten our oxygen which will be entering the patient. So it has to cover the tracheostomy tube. This will help to either trap some dust which might be entering the tube, or even to humidify the oxygen which has to enter the tube. But in case our patient was on oxygen, then we have to connect nozzle prongs onto the patient. Okay, oxygen is working. Then we have to connect our nozzle prongs onto the patient like this. Assistant, you help me with strapping, then we secure the oxygen tubings. Thank you, Mr. Mulago, for being cooperative. Hope you're now comfortable. We can now clear away and thank our patient. Cut.